Talk with Sid and James on WHBN. Sid Dunn and James Ross talk about the issues and have a little fun too. Now here are your hosts, Sid Dunn and James Ross.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning? Y'all doing all right? Thank you guys for the applause. We greatly appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Make sure we got our mics up. There we go.
There we go.
Well, good morning on this beautiful, not too hot Saturday morning that we've got going on today. It is 7-11.
7-11.
7-11 today, buddy. Lucky day.
Roll them.
Huh?
Roll them.
I used to love some dice. I went to Atlantic City. You know, I lived in New Jersey for like 5 years. I was a house sitter for my cousin, the best thing ever when I was 21 years old. And so we would go down to Atlantic City all the time, and I just loved playing with the dice.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'd play the 6-8 running mates, 10-4. Yeah, it's a lot of different combinations.
Lots of them.
It can be very addictive too. So please,
it can be.
Hold your gambling. I know it's a lot. I got a lottery ticket in my pocket right now.
Yeah, because I used to go to Vegas quite a bit when I was out west, and but I never played dice.
Right.
Because, like I say, the odds are too crazy.
And there's so many different ways and combinations that you can play.
Yeah.
That it can be good for you, or some people like roulette.
Yeah.
But today's topic is change is good.
Change is good.
And I don't go to the Atlantic City no more. So.
That's right. I don't go to Vegas anymore.
But we're going to have Kristen Pflum from Fox 56 on today.
Right.
And she's going to be talking about her change, how she moved, from Channel 18 to Chicago. And then she came back to 56. And moved back to Lexington. And just all the things that she had went through. And then we're going to be talking about the masks. I mean, mandatory 5 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's what me and Robert was talking about. We was at the studio. He says at 5 o'clock, what should we do? We should go like this. It's 5 o'clock. Put your mask on.
That's right.
And that, and they're going to be doing this for 30 days. And we just have to be respectful for one another.
Yeah.
It can, and if we've had this debate, me and James had this debate, who died, was the flu worse than this? But all in all, it still is being responsible.
Yeah.
And so we've got to do it. And it's, taking that responsibility and taking that charge.
Yeah.
Of, I care. It's basically showing that you care about others.
And that's what it's all about.
Right.
Because if you care about your family, or if you care about somebody else's family, and like saying, this is only 30 days compared to Florida and Texas and other places where they just put it in place, and they have right now they're not even thinking about taking it down because of the amount of COVID cases. And but we've been blessed, in a sense that we haven't had it as bad as everybody else. Ours has gone up some, so so we have to be thankful for that. But that doesn't mean we have to get careless and everything else. Because I was in the store. I went to AutoZone yesterday.
What was you getting in AutoZone?
Oh, well,
okay. I don't know if you did like mechanical work, you change engines and stuff.
Yeah, so I go into the store and like say, the people there, they was the store people, they was good, and but like I said, a lot of people still just refuse to put a mask on. So.
Hello?
Be thankful.
Hey,
there we go.
There we go. We've got a caller in. Hey, is this Kristen?
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hi,
how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
So we announced that you were coming today to some of my friends, and you know how many people wanted to come to the studio? They was like...
See, that would have been a different deal. If I would have had to get up early and put makeup on a Saturday, I don't know that we would have had the same deal there. I'm sitting here drinking my coffee, looking out the window. I don't wake up all cute.
Well, thanks for being on today. And, we everyone loves Kristen around here, especially when you was on Channel 18. And we missed you when you went to Chicago. Kristen, where are you originally from?
I'm from Central Indiana. I grew up there, then I went to college in Indiana at DePaul University. Got my first TV job in Fort Wayne, which is Northeast Indiana. And then worked in that station for about 5 months. They came in one day and said, you guys are all being laid off.
What?
You have a new owner, and you no longer have jobs. And that's how I ended up in Lexington. Sort of a a blessing in disguise for me, and I came down to Lexington in '05.
And you started working for Channel 18 News, which is like
Channel 18.
Yeah, that was the hardest station at that time. I mean, you guys had a real nice crew there with Lee and Dia and then
I mean, we were the dominant news station for the longest time, and those people became my family. I mean, I didn't have any when I first moved down here, and that was all I knew. I was new to the city. I was young. I was basically right out of college and on my own for the first time. And you know, I felt like I fit in right away, right there. I knew that if I ever had any issues, you know, I could go to any of them. Nancy Cox was such a wonderful mentor to me in the beginning, both professionally and as a young woman. I just couldn't have landed in a better spot.
No.
Didn't know at the time what a blessing that was, but certainly looking back on it, just am so thankful.
And I just enjoyed. I remember the first time I met Kristen, we would come and cater their the Thanksgiving. They had like a potluck.
Right.
So I did like the turkey and the ham and all the meat and potatoes, and then they would bring their side. So she was just sitting in the newsroom, and I said, "You want to come and eat?" And she was like, "Well," I guess she was a little shy still. And so I was like, "I'll fix you a plate." And I fixed her a plate, and I brought it to you.
And it didn't last long, did it?
No.
We look at this little girl, she's thin, you know, but this girl can eat, especially when you put a plate in front of her.
Well, we appreciate it. And then I remember we would do the Derby for them. We catered the Derby.
Yeah.
And she had this.
What a long day.
Oh, I know. And you know, we don't see the Derby like they see the Derby. And you know it's coming up. So, but it's really hard work for them all day. I mean,
it really is. And NBC for the longest time has had exclusive rights to the Derby. So we would start, I think at 7 in the morning, we'd go on air, and we would be all day wall-to-wall coverage until NBC Sports would take over, at 5:30 in preparation for the race. But yeah, that's a lot of time to fill with different content and all the reporters having to come up with original stuff. But that was something that Channel 18 did so well.
Yeah.
And people look forward to that. They would have Derby parties and just set their TV on Channel 18 and just watch, everything from around Churchill Downs that our reporters were doing. It was really neat to be a part of. Exhausting, but really neat.
I know. And then, so you fell in love with Lexington, right?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I mean, I came down here. Lexington's one, in terms of a TV market, it's sort of a transition market for a lot of people. They've worked in a place like Bowling Green or Hazard to begin with, and then they jump to somewhere like Lexington, and then, hopefully they'll be on to the next market after a 2 or 3 year contract. And that's exactly what I have planned to do. When I moved down here, I was young and single. I didn't have any kids, and I think I've explained to a lot of people, my oldest son, Colton, was a surprise. He was not planned, and that was one of those things that I just had to roll with, and I grew up a lot. And at the same time, I thought, now I have someone else to think about, and this is such an awesome city and so family-friendly. And he started to get friends and sort of put down roots, and I said, you know what, this is a place for us. So, and
go ahead.
Well, yeah, we didn't have any thoughts of leaving until I started to get, just some interest from agents and some bigger markets around the country. And it was one of those things where, I just felt like career-wise I had sort of plateaued. And, Nancy Cox is the face of Channel 18, and I knew that she wasn't going anywhere for a while, and I just didn't know, what was next for me career-wise. And as I started to get some interest in the bigger markets, I thought, well, I'll dip my toe in and kind of see what's out there, and had no idea a job like Chicago would come along.
Wow.
But that just, it put me in a position to have to make a lot of tough decisions family-wise, because I did have Colton. And, even though a lot of families do pack up and move and take career leaps, at the time I just didn't know that it was right for Colton to uproot him and everything that he knew for me to pursue this. So I had a great working relationship with his father, and still do, and we were able to, for 3.5 years, manage a back and forth with Colton, and it was the best of both worlds for him, because he got to stay where he loved, but also see everything that Chicago had to offer, and we had a blast up there with him.
Taste of Chicago. Did you ever get a chance to cover Taste of Chicago?
Oh yeah. That thing's expensive.
Yes, it is.
You go up there and you buy, all these tickets, and then you get little bites of stuff.
That's right.
But it's definitely an experience. If you're going to live up there, there are certain things on that Chicago bucket list that you've got to cross off, and Taste of Chicago is one of them. Yep, Colton got to experience that too.
Hey, Kristen, can you hold on for just 1 second? We're going to take a break and pay some bills.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about when we get back how you got back to 56 and some of your favorite foods and some of your favorite things that you like to do while you're in Kentucky. All right.
Okay.
So you're listening
Sounds
to
good.
Let's Talk with Sid and James, and we've got the great Kristen Pflum on the line right now with us.
Do you have a job? Do you have $199? Do you want a new car? Yes! Then get to Cartown Kia's Construction Reduction Liquidation Sale now! We're running out of space, so we'll do just about anything to put you in a new Kia with no payments for 120 days. Get discounts up to $7,000. Plus, when we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. Imagine driving home in a new Kia and making no payments for 120 days with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Looking for pre-owned? We have over 300 used to choose from and just $88 down delivered. All makes, all models, your choice. $88 down delivered. So get to Cartown Kia in Nicholasville now and buy any new Kia on the lot with no payments for 120 days. Get discounts up to $7,000. Plus, when we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. Or visit CartownKiaUSA.com for safe, secure buying. Cartown Kia, still the fun place to buy a car for the last 17 years and moving forward.
All offers exclusive on select models with 700 plus beacon and approved credit.
Royal Flush Piping is at your service during the coronavirus pandemic. Any plumbing emergency, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Royal Flush is open to serve you as an essential business. To help with payment, they accept credit cards and offer financing up to 18 months interest-free to qualified applicants. The approval process takes about 2 minutes and can be done right on the spot.
If you're looking for a plumber you can trust, pick up the phone and call Royal Flush. 859-319-1286. 859-319-1286.
If you need plumbing, call Royal Flush for a free estimate. They're open and ready to help you.
Kentucky, it's time to smile again. Visit Kentucky Kingdom Theme Park and Hurricane Bay Water Park for only $29.95. 2 great parks, only $29.95. More rides, more water, more fun. Go to KentuckyKingdom.com.
All right. You're listening to Let's Talk with Sid and James, where we have got the beautiful Mrs. Kristen Pflum on the line with us from Channel Fox 56. Let's see if I can, I'm working all these together. Kristen, are you still there with us? Hello? Kristen? Hello, Kristen?
I got you.
Okay, there we go. I'm on the board, so sometimes I'm still a little new over here on this. So
There's a lot of buttons over there. I've seen those studios.
I know, and like so now I'm like doing the board now, and I'm learning it. And they threw me. I know, right? Thank you. So they threw me to the wolves about 2 weeks ago, and I came in and I was doing a show for Rick, and then the guy's like, "Here you go, there you go. If you need me, just holler." And I was like, "No." But
All you got to do is keep it on the air, honey. That's all you got to do.
That's it.
That's right.
So while you was in Chicago, did you get to meet any celebrities? Because I know you was invited to like everything. You know, we
had a morning show.
I was gonna say that
we had a morning show that was 6 hours long, and so there was a lot of content to fill there from 4 until 10. And yeah, that's an early wake-up call. I did that for about a year and a half. But we would always have different comedians in, the biggest one, and my husband still, I think, is super mad at me because I didn't invite him. Actually, I think he was out of town that day. We'll go with that.
Okay.
But when Halle Berry came in, that was like an experience for the entire newsroom because you can't find a soul who doesn't love some Halle Berry.
Right, yeah.
So this was like our booking coordinator who did all the segment bookings for our shows. I mean, she's worked with celebrities. Most of them are like, pretty easygoing. But this was like okay, Halle Berry's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a 3-day thing to prepare for her. Like her people wanted to come in, and they brought her in off Lower Wacker, like under Michigan Avenue, and they didn't want her walking across the plaza, and she was going to come in this door that unfortunately is like, the gateway to an area that's just not so pretty in underground Chicago. And we're like, they are going to bring this big A-list movie star through this nasty back door. But that was the only way they would have it. And then once she got there, they were like strictly no pictures. Like, she's going to come in, she's going to do her segment, no pictures, out of there.
Wow.
And she couldn't have been sweeter. I was literally like in the 2 days from bursting, having my third child, and I'm sitting on the couch with her, feeling like a beached whale, being so pregnant. And she was so complimentary and was just so talkative and sweet, and we shared some mama stories, and it just, she was a totally different person from what her PR team put her out there as.
Right.
That was kind of unfortunate, because these are just real people, and a lot of them, just want to chat and have a good time. And so, yeah, we had a bunch of them. And then other ones that weren't necessarily in the studio, we would do like those talk-back interviews where their execs would set up a camera with them in Hollywood or wherever they were, and we would do on-set interviews with them. So, yeah, that was fun. Definitely like a challenge for me, because you're a nervous wreck going into stuff like that. Like,
that's right.
Don't say something, don't become a viral sensation.
That's right.
Your stupidity is gonna get put all over the internet, and luckily.
Well, you're like our Holly Berry in Kentucky, right? You are Kentucky Holly Berry, and we're proud to have you back home on 56. So tell us, what do you do on 56? When can we watch you on 56 if no one knew that you was back home?
So Fox 56 just does a 1 hour morning show and then a 1 hour evening show. So we are on from 10 till 11, myself and Marvin Bartlett. Marvin's another familiar face that everyone knows. He's been here for decades.
Right.
And my role is actually just part-time. So that's the beauty of it for me. When I was in Chicago and I was approached that this position was going to be opening up, I think they kind of tiptoed around the part that, it's just part-time, and, we can't offer you all the benefits and things that come with a full-time role. But for me, it was such a perfect fit because now I've got 3 boys, and 2 of them are young. One's 2.5, and then the other one just turned a year last weekend. And so, with Colton and his dad, our work schedules, I never had to have daycare for him. We just worked it out where we were on separate shifts, and I didn't with Enzo. Well, I had a nanny when we were in Chicago because Brock traveled a lot, my husband, for work. And now with being back here and we have some space and I've got the little ones, I get to spend all my day with them, and then I still get to go in and do what I like to do at night. So
that's right.
That's definitely got its challenges, though, because on days when I want to turn a story and the reporter in me is firing on all cylinders and I can't line up a babysitter to go shoot it, that kind of kills me. But I know I'll look back on this time and say I'm really thankful that I got that opportunity to stay home with my little one. So, but at 7 o'clock when I go in, it is, I hit the ground running, and I've got some parts of the show that I produce, and we do a segment called The Spotlight Tonight, where we try to highlight some really good things going on, whether it's in the community or nationally, just stuff that's going to make you smile. This has been a really, really rough year for a lot of people, as you know, and we don't want the entire newscast, especially at 10 o'clock when you're laying down, you're probably in bed, getting ready to fall asleep. Like, we're trying to put you to bed with something nice.
Right, with a smile.
So heavy on your mind. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a nice mix.
Yeah, and we're glad to have you. And I've got a 2-year-old daughter myself, so I know what it's like. And I was telling them, we do catering, and we 10, 15 events every week. This is the first summer I've had off in 15 years. So I know what you're going through, like being able to just breathe for a little bit and relax. And I'm not going back to it anymore.
Right.
And
no, you've got to change your mindset, right?
Yeah.
You do.
You may look at it like, I don't have the jobs that I used to, and my catering business isn't flourishing, but look at this relationship with my little one.
Yes.
That's right.
It's all in the way you look at it.
James, you got anything for Kristen?
Because I know that you've done radio and you've done TV. What is the hardest part when it comes to changing from behind the scenes, and then you have to go in front of the camera? What's the biggest challenge?
Just knowing your stuff. I talk to a lot of young reporters, and you'll see it. I mean, Lexington is still a market where we have some kids that are right out of school, and they're so dependent on that notebook in front of them, and they want to memorize their lines, and they want to read right off that notepad. I say, guys, this is your story. This is your baby. This is what you've worked on. and that's the thing, like, our jobs are on TV, and that's really cool, but, as a reporter, you work all day for your, 2 minutes on TV?
Yep.
This is your story that you've owned. These are the people that you've talked to, that you've got to know, that filled you in on what you're doing. Just repeat it back like you're talking to one of your friends.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's been my biggest piece of advice is, just be genuine and be natural.
That's right.
And I hope that's the one thing that, I've really tried to focus on, that I've sat on a lot of couches in Kentucky, and people have trusted me to tell their story because I do feel like, I try to just be a friend to them. And that's how my relationship with Sid has come to, everyone, to me, we're all on the same level here. We've all got things going on.
Yep.
I'm just trying to tell your story. I'm trusting. I'm appreciative that you're trusting me with it, because that's such a huge burden we bear, right?
That's
even you guys in radio.
Right.
Once you put it out there, it's out
It's
there.
out there. You can't take it back. And then once it hits the internet,
it will live on forever.
Yeah.
So we have such a huge responsibility, and believe me, that's not something that I take for granted or take lightly. And we get a lot of criticism as reporters, especially now, that between the pandemic and all this racial tension and stuff, there's a lot of hurt in our community, and there's a lot of people in despair, and for them to still open up to me and trust that I'm going to get it right and be fair about it.
That's right.
That's a huge, huge burden for us, and I know you guys know it too, because people latch onto words, and
because I'm like you. I've done radio. I did radio out in San Francisco for probably 5, 6, 7 years, and then I'd also did a TV show. And the biggest challenge for me was now people can see me.
Right.
And it's
a different ball game, and also even just putting your face to something. Now you're recognizable in the community, and I would be lying if I said that my parents weren't worried, about certain stories that I've done. Putting yourself out there, and it's just one of the things that comes with the job. But I think that's why I really am comfortable, being in Central Kentucky, because I don't worry about the same things that I worried about reporting in Chicago. That's a totally different ball game, and.
Well,
there's a lot of different things to consider.
Right. Well, you're home now, and thanks for being on the show. Do you have any last words you would like to say, or any to our fans out there?
I'm so grateful to be back in the embrace. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's like I never left.
Right.
And I hope that's a testament to the work that I've put in and the relationship I have built with people that they allowed me to go do my thing professionally and sort of test those waters. And then, when it was right for me and my family to make a move back, they welcomed me with open arms. And I will never forget that feeling. I will never take that for granted. We are just so happy to be back here among our family and our friends and still doing what I love.
Yes.
And then, touching base with people like you said, because that's what it's about. So.
And we're glad that you're back home, and we will be keeping our eye on you at 10 o'clock every Monday through Friday.
Thank you.
Right?
That's
and
right.
best of luck to your show. This is new and exciting for you guys, and I hope that it continues to build and takes off.
All right. Thanks, Kristen. Well, we've been listening to Kristen Pflum with Channel 56 News.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kristen. And
you're welcome, guys. Take care.
See you.
You're listening to Let's Talk with Sid and James.
Here's the update on Dr. Jennifer Nichols' dentistry office.
Have to do things a little differently, but we will be open seeing patients. You can't sit in the waiting room. What we're having patients do is when they arrive in the parking lot, to give us a call, take their temperature, and obviously ask them if they've had any symptoms of the virus, or if they've had the virus. Obviously, that requires a whole new set of precautions. We obviously have to wear more protective equipment. 859-734-5111. 756 North College Street, 734-5111.
The Mercer County Public Library invites you to explore their website. Enjoy ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines from their digital collections. Check out all there is to read at the Mercer County Public Library website at mcplib.info. Your Mercer County Public Library also offers online test preparation help and advice that covers ACT, SAT, ASVAB, GED, or GRE. You can get tax forms online from the Mercer Library. There's so much you can do, and you can do it all online. mcplib.info. Your Mercer County Public Library is here to help.
My name is Chase Harrington, and I'm from Nicholsville, Kentucky. I've been singing for about 7 years. When I got into performance, I came to Studio G. I've been learning how to look good on stage, how to bring out my voice more in the songs that I sing, how to get confidence. I hear an immense difference in my voice compared to when I started coming here.
Studio G is the performing arts place. To learn more, call 859-734-4394. Studio G. The G stands for growth.
The most trusted place to take your vehicle for a full-service oil change and more in Danville since 1986, Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They feature maintenance services to help you avoid costly and inconvenient breakdowns. Besides full-service oil changes, Valvoline can service your heating and AC, brakes, transmission and drivetrain, steering and suspension, and rotate your tires. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 7, Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, noon to 5. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Danville, South 4th Street. Quick, easy, and trusted since 1986.
Could I have your attention, please? LSC Communication here in Danville are now taking applications to hire up to 100 entry-level employees. The starting pay rate is $12.25 per hour, increasing to $14.74 per hour after a short period of time. This position offers full benefits, and due to COVID-19 guidelines, they are accepting phone interviews only at this time. Call 859-936-0570. Again, 859-936-0570. LSC Communication here in Danville, an equal opportunity employer.
ADA Heating and Air would like to thank you for trusting us with your home. The health of you, your family, and our technicians are top priority. We are committed to being your trusted HVAC service provider, and we are honored that you choose ADA Heating and Air for repairs and replacements every day. We proudly install American Standard products, all built in the USA, and all at the best possible prices. ADA and American Standard, built to a higher standard.
Heating and Air. ADA is on the way. New Little Caesars stuffed crazy bread is finally here. 3 large sticks of melty, cheesy goodness stuffed inside our world-famous crazy bread. It's 2 great things in one, like a keytar, a zonky, sports.
I can fork and spoon my food.
And chess boxing.
That's not a thing.
Look it up, it's totally a thing. And so is stuffed crazy bread with crazy sauce. Just $3.49. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Available at participating locations plus tax. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Let's talk with Sid and James. With our engineer back there. Don't fear. Jason Wilder is here. All right. You're listening to Let's Talk with Sid and James, and we just had the great Kristen Pflum on with us today. And hey, she was awesome, wasn't she, James?
Yeah, she did a great job.
She did. And I'm so glad to have friends like that, you know, when I called, she was like, you want me on? And she was like, she really enjoyed just being asked to be on, and we're glad to have her back here in Kentucky.
Yeah.
She's our hometown here. I said, she's our Halle Berry, ain't she, Jason? Huh? Jason looked sad when he came in. He looked like he had just met her. I know. But we had a great interview with her, and, you know, for how moving from Chicago, from coming in just fresh out of college and coming to Channel 18, and how just in, you know, that's like a lot of people that like last week we were talking that come to Kentucky.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it's Harrodsburg, Danville, especially in these in the small town areas like our home.
Yeah.
And they just feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and we're blessed. We are truly blessed to be able to live here and have this hometown network.
Yeah.
You know, that we keep that momentum of that feeling of family. And,
that's right.
And you know you can listen to us all day long. You feel like you're at home. Well, because you are at home.
Because we are home, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to call in and be a part of the show, you can call 859-734-4321. The lines are open. And if you just want to call and talk about Kristen, or just want to ask me or James a question, please give us a call at 859-734-4321. And I want to thank the Bergen Dairy Barn for joining the hometown family this week. In Bergen, they have the hottest spot in the corner of Bergen. Mm-hmm. I mean, when it's hot, it's still the hottest spot. Right. They've got like great milkshakes, and like American burgers, and I think they got the cow up there to move on in. I remember when that used to be a gas station. Okay. And my grandfather, this is what we used to do. he smoked Lucky Strikes, no filter. So we'd go down there, and he had an account. And we would get him a pack of cigarettes, and we would load our pockets up full of candy and charge it to my grandfather. And was like, Grandpa, we got you a pack of cigarettes with pockets like knots full of candy in them. And those are the good old days. And then it turned into the bike shop, and then they've got it now as the Dairy Barn, and it is doing well.
Well, good.
Well, have you tried it yet?
No, I have not been over there to try the ice cream, but I can only eat ice cream. Like I say, this time I can eat it this time of the day or by lunch. And then after that, I can't eat it.
Can't do it no more.
My sinuses just tear me up after that.
Oh, no.
But I love it when I get a chance.
And so we know that the mask thing, the governor, Bashir, yesterday at 5 o'clock, let's see if I get it. You must now wear your mask.
Right.
How do you feel about that, James?
Well, for me, it's not any different.
Okay.
Because like I say, the same rules that applied, no shirt, no shoes, going to a store and adding a mask doesn't hurt my feelings at all, because one thing for sure, I like to eat.
Right.
I need to go to gas stations. I need to go, into stores, and whatever it takes for me to get what I need, I don't mind doing it. But that's I guess that kind of goes back to the military. You just kind of follow the rules as set out.
Right.
And I love my family. And I love my friends, and I don't want to give something to my friends that I wouldn't want, personally. So if this is the only inconvenience that I have to put up with, I can live with that.
So what they gonna do if you don't wear it?
Well,
they're not gonna let you. You're not going. So what I was told is you're not gonna be able to get in the store, or if you do sneak in the store, they're not gonna. What are they gonna do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because no shirt, no shoes, you can't even get in the store. Okay, now they just add a mask, and so what? You just have to add one piece of clothing long enough for you to go in the store, buy what you need, and just get out. It's not like, they're saying you got to drag a ball and chain with you.
Right.
All they're asking you to do is just put something over your face and your mouth, and like I said, because if you care about your family, if you care about your friends or your grandparents or ever who it might be,
right?
Why would you want to take something home that's going to affect everybody?
See, and the only thing that bothers me about this whole situation is that the way it has affected the school system. It's affected our, and they told us this was going to happen. It's the new normal now.
Yeah.
Everything's the new normal, and it's. I feel like I'm just a complainer, I guess, about it. We've lost so much. But what are we gaining from it? I don't see I guess we still able to be alive, right?
Be thankful for that.
Be thankful for life. But,
yeah.
It's so many, 2 keys I've seen, bankruptcy. Kids that can't play sports. They don't know, last year, imagine their senior year, weren't able to graduate.
Yeah.
It's totally... It's starting to take more of a toll on me as it progresses.
Right.
Because I'm starting to miss some of these sports.
Well, I love sports. I got a PlayStation, though.
But I don't know how to play PlayStation. I had a Nintendo. I don't. That's sad. I feel bad. I feel old. I don't know. I had a Nintendo, man.
well, I came up with the Nintendo, and and all those 25-cent games and stuff that you go to places and you play them. I came up with all that, but like I said, because in the military, it taught me a lot of things that you just have to adjust to. When it's time to adjust, and when it's over, you kind of go back to the way it kind of was. And but there's been plagues around the United States for years,
right?
And it's kind of been the same thing. They've had to shut down, different things because
but a whole economy though. Everything's getting shut down.
Well, okay. Well, let's put it this way: it's not just the United States; it's everywhere. All at one time.
I ain't seen everywhere.
Oh, you haven't seen that it was overseas?
Yeah, I seen that it was over, but I don't know how it's. See, they used to wear masks all the time, anyways, in China, not because of the virus, because of the air condition. The
pollution
and the air. Yeah. And so that's normal to them over there.
Well, so only difference is that we're U.S. citizens. I don't have to do it if I don't want to.
I know
I'm an American.
I'm an American.
But I don't know if that'll save your life at this point. So so what is 5 minutes of wearing a mask or 10 minutes wearing a mask going into a grocery store?
And then the thing about it is don't wear it all day long. That's why I got the bank robber mask, the train robber, the bandana.
Yeah.
So what I do is I just keep it around my neck so people know that I've got it.
Yeah.
And then when I get close to you, or if you feel uncomfortable, then I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I'm not. I can't. It just.
And that's all they're asking,
right?
And like I said, in Texas and Arizona and all these other hot spots, they're to a point where they almost have to wear it everywhere they go, because.
And what's going to be next? What else they going to tell us we're going to have to do?
See, when you're a complainer,
I'm a complainer.
You will always complain regardless of what's next.
Right.
But I worry about, like I said, I worry about my family. I worry about my friends, and like saying, I don't do it for me. I do it for others, and I'm just not going to complain. I'll just follow the rules and let it ride.
That's right. So we talking about the mask. We want you to call. We're going to give a free lunch out to Dunn's Barbecue and Catering to 859-734-4321. That's 859-734-4321. Free lunch from Dunn's Barbecue and Catering.
WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Big Deals Online Store. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big discounts. Save 20 to 30 to 50% every day at hometownlive.net.
Sunny today with a small chance of a shower or thundershower and a high of 86. Slight chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight. Mostly clear, though, a low of 66. Showers and thunderstorms are likely tomorrow with a high of 84. Small chance of showers and thunderstorms Monday.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Better Business Bureau of Central and Eastern Kentucky is now warning Kentuckians of a scam we told you about earlier this week. That scam involves someone calling seniors and telling them that their Social Security number has been used in a criminal activity and that they must call a number to keep their benefits from being suspended. The BBB says that scammers try to frighten senior citizens who depend on those payments and that most of the people receiving calls have been in their 80s and 90s. Remember, never give out your personal information to an unsolicited caller. And as of now, the plan is for fall sports to go on in the state of Kentucky, though the potential start dates could be delayed. In their Board of Control meeting this morning, the KHSA announced that the mandatory practice dates for fall sports would be pushed back from July 15th to August 3rd. Those rules apply to every fall sport except one, golf, where they'll still be able to start the practice season on the 15th, with competition starting the 31st. I'm Joe Mavis.
We'd like to thank Mrs. Joellen Horn for being our winner today.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Horn.
Thank you for
listening. She has won a free lunch to Dunn's Barbecue and Catering, and she loves and enjoying listening to the show, and I need to let James talk more often. I'm getting ahead of him. Let's get my last shot here. Hold on.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Man, we were talking about how hot it's been.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, James had told me, when it's real hot like this, ice water is not good for you.
Yeah.
Why isn't ice water good for us?
Because if your body is overheating, and it's just like we was talking about a radiator. If you pour cold water into a radiator, what happens?
Well, you crack the engine block, won't you?
You're going to crack the engine block, and it's kind of like the same thing with your body. So
really?
you want to make sure that, like, it could be cool, or it could be just warm, something going in your body that doesn't compete with the heat, that doesn't compete with what's going on with your body, because heat stroke is no joke.
No.
And if you've got signs of...
I had it. I had heat stroke day before yesterday. And I've been getting it.
You was overheated. I
didn't pass out, but I felt like I was about to pass out.
Okay.
And I put fans. I'm tell you what, because we don't have air conditioning in the restaurant.
Yeah.
So I can matriculate with fans, and I try to think about it in a logical way. So I put a fan on the top to suck the heat out.
Yeah.
Then I directed fan. I've got like 6 fans blowing hot air in every which direction. I'm telling you. Yeah. But I was drinking ice water.
Yeah.
A lot, and I think that's what done it to me, because around 4 or 5 o'clock I lose all my energy.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and then when I get tired like that, I get irritated.
And see, that's one of the symptoms of heat stroke is like, say, is fatigue.
Really? What are some more symptoms?
Heavy sweating.
Yeah, I do that.
You're feeling faint.
That's me.
Dizziness.
Me.
Low blood pressure. When you go stand up, your blood pressure drops. Muscle cramps.
Yep.
Nausea. Headaches.
Dang, I've got every one of them except the blood pressure.
Well, so when you're outside, like I always say, you need to take as many breaks as you can, or even if you're on the inside, you need to take as many breaks and try to, cool yourself down.
So when you take a break, what do you want us to do when we take our break?
Find someplace cool.
Don't go smoke no cigarette.
Well, the alcohol, leave the alcohol alone.
Leave the fireballs alone.
Yeah, definitely leave fireballs alone. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of your body.
Hold on, we got a caller. Let's see who we got here. Hello, caller. Uh-oh. We thought we did. He got him. Well,
because part of it, like say, because I was talking about on my show. Dehydration. A lot of people are dehydrated before they even get started with their day because they don't drink enough fluids to get their day even started.
Right.
And then once they get into that heat, they're just the body starts to break down, and you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And like I say, and one of the things is like say dehydration. You want to make sure that you're taking care of taking care of your body, keep the fluids in you.
Okay.
Like the alcohol use is probably one of the worst things. I'm gonna go buy me a cold six-pack.
Cold beer, yeah.
And
during your break, that wouldn't be good at break time?
Say what?
A cold beer at break.
You probably shouldn't drink it because it's still 90. It's still 90 degrees once you go back to wherever you live.
Oh my!
And like saying, if you're a roofer, the last thing you want to do is start drinking alcohol up on the roof.
Now, what about for your animals, for pets?
It's the same thing. You want to make sure that your pets are nice and cool. You want to make sure they got plenty of water because a lot of times what happens to pets is, say dogs, because a lot of people, they chain their dogs up outside.
That's the worst thing in the world.
And
why have a dog if you got to put a chain on him?
Well, that's because they don't want it in the house.
But then don't get it. If you got to put a chain on your dog and chain him to a tree, how do you think that dog feels?
Well, how would
I had a dog, Lucky. He was like it, but when I came home, I let him loose. But he was Lucky Houdini. He would get out regardless.
Yeah. So, pets are the same way. They're not much different than people because they need fluids also.
Right.
Whether you
they got that coat of skin on them. They're hot.
You got that fur. You got all this. So you want to make sure that your dogs are in a cool, dry place. If you have to chain them up while you go to work or you go run an errand or whatever, that's fine. But you want to make sure that there's plenty of liquids that they have to drink. Otherwise, they could have a heat stroke also.
Well, and then also, too, I want to welcome the Harrodsburg veterinarian, Dr. Alex and them in Harrodsburg. They're new to the area, and they just joined the hometown team as well. Okay. And it was so funny. I went over there yesterday and spoke with Dr. Alex, and they're going to be doing, weekly updates on pets and things of that. So stay tuned to Rick's show, Radio Rick in the Morning, and they'll be on there once a week. But they had it was so funny. You ever seen a Jack in the Box?
Jack in the Box.
Remember the Jack?
Little pop-up. With the clown. Yeah.
They had cat in the boxes. They was real cats in boxes, and I was like, is that a cat in a box? Are you serious? I'm like,
right.
But the boxes had holes all in them, and that's how they did it to protect the client from they practiced the COVID thing.
Yeah.
So you put your cat in the box, and you go to the door, and then they get the box, and that's how they bring the animal in. Pretty cool. I mean, they are super duper safe on handling the pets, and I mean, they even got a string on the door. I had to do a distant elbow, blow it.
Elbow bump.
Yeah, from a distance though. It didn't even bump. But, I mean, they're now part of our hometown family as well in Harrodsburg. So the Harrodsburg veterinarians, Dr. Alex and her husband, make sure you go down there and check them out. Have you ever played chess before?
Love chess.
Now, we was talking Nintendo, and I got my chessboard in the car. We might have to get a game one day.
Yeah, okay.
But chess is one of my favorite games that I like to play.
Yeah, because a chess game is one of those where you have to think 2 moves, 3 moves at a time.
Ahead of time, yeah.
It's a thinker's game, and and some of those games in chess could take a long time, but you just have to be patient, and you have to have a strategy to go with it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's no different than waking up every day and putting your strategy together to go to work or go out and do whatever you have to do. So it's a thinking man's game.
I want to give out another free lunch before we go to anybody that can name just one piece of the chessboard. Just name one piece. All you had to do is name one piece of the chessboard, and I'll give you a free lunch at 859-734-4321.
That's right.
It's 859-734-4321. If you just call in and name one piece of the chessboard, and you'll get a free lunch. Did you know you can't find a swimming pool nowhere?
Yeah, because everybody's at home and buying them up. So, yeah, can't blame them.
All right, let's see who we got here. Hello?
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 Yeah, who are we speaking with? You're on with Sid and James.
This is Margie Brothers.
Margie Brothers? Okay, can you name one piece of a chessboard?
The Knight.
The Knight. That's
is
right.
there a Knight on there?
There's always Knight.
I thought he was the Rook.
Oh. There's always a Knight.
Hello?
Yeah, we'll let you slide on it, but it's called the Rook. And they call it the Knight. Some people call it the Knight, the Rook. Do you know, all right, for an extra bonus for a cold drink to go with it, do you know how the Knight moves?
No.
Okay, the Knight moves in an L pattern. It's either two up and one over, or it moves in an L pattern.
Yeah.
Is the way that it moves. So we would like to thank Miss Margie Brothers for winning a lunch at Dunn's Catering. Margie, how are you enjoying the show?
I really enjoy it.
Do you?
It's interesting.
Oh,
Well, thank you.
Do you have any interesting facts you would like to tell us about Bergen?
It's a great place to live.
How long have you lived in Bergen for?
Oh, come on.
Do you
Quite
know?
a while.
Do you know Margie's father, Oscar Poe? I know Margie. Was the first black dumpster man. He had his own business. He was a. Tell us about that, Margie. What did Mr. Oscar Poe do?
He was sanitation.
Yeah.
In a sanitation business.
And he had a dumpster truck. And he'd come around and get your dumpster. And you know what's funny? Remember, like Oscar with Sesame Street?
Mm-hmm.
That was the nicest guy you would ever meet. He was the only person I knew that had a gas pump at his house.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So that's an interesting fact that no one really knew about Bergen. Thanks, Margie, for being on the show, and don't forget to go get your free lunch.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So yeah, he was super cool. I remember when I was a kid, and I was like, man, he got a gas pump at his house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you serious? Like, super duper cool. James, any good movies out that we need to before we go? Any good movies that we need to look out for?
Well, I guess I haven't watched a good movie in a long time, but one of the Netflix series that we've been watching is The Most Dangerous Ways to School.
To what?
To school. Around the country.
To school?
To school. Kids going to school.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. So the most dangerous way to go to school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some of these kids, they
No way. It's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Tell me about it. I don't know.
It is a really great series because some of these kids have to walk 2 or 3 hours to get to school.
What?
They got to walk up and over mountains. They got to, they got to go across a zip line.
To go to school?
To go to school.
A zip line.
A zip line.
Come on, this can't be real.
Oh, this is real all day. But like I say, because back in the days, people say, well, I had to walk, 5 miles to school. And
uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I say, if you watch this Netflix series, The Most Dangerous Ways to School, and we're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old kids having to go to school because the parents would, show them how to get to school for a while, but somewhere along the line they've got to, learn how to do it themselves because the parents have to go back home and work the fields.
Right.
Because they have them in Colombia, they have them in Africa, they have them in all these different Alaska. I mean, there's a lot of different ways these kids have to go to school. To really, it'd be like I wouldn't send my kids to school.
No,
if I had
you
to
could be
do
homeschooled then. I'm waiting on Ozark for the new season of Ozark.
Ozark? Okay.
Have you watched Ozark?
I've watched a little bit of it.
I think I know some people that be smuggling some money. I mean, I'm like, how you got all that money? What do you do?
Yeah.
That's like the Chinese restaurant up here by Bob Allen.
Yeah.
It was open for years.
Yeah.
Like, really, what was they doing? Because the food was nasty, and I never seen nobody there. You know what I'm saying? But we like to thank you guys for listening to Let's Talk with Sid and James through all these trying times that we're going through. We just want you guys to know that that we're here for you, and we want to be a part of your family. And I just want to end with this, just a song that, do I go to what number? I'm on 4 still.
Okay, just turn it up.
Turn it off, and then we got this. I just want to end with a song, just let you know that we're all family and we're all together, okay? And you've been listening to Let's Talk with Sid and James. And just thanks for listening to our show. And
it's always nice to be on. It's always nice when somebody calls in and give us your 2 cents. We love it.
Thanks for being a part of our Let's Talk family, guys. Enjoy this song, and we'll see you guys next Saturday, Lord willing.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one.